my friends, welcome back to the channel. I have a card for you today using 3 of the beach huts that we have. I am also going to be using the set Wish You Were Here for my sentiment. I'm going to stamp these down. I'm just making sure that I've got the bottom of my beach huts is straight using the grid of my Misty. I'm stamping them down with the premium dye ink. Just making sure I've got all that covered. I'm just getting my eyeball of where I want these images, and off screen I've stamped out using just some masking tape, just the center one. I'm just going to use the center one to put him in the foreground, up front. We're just going to go up front. Mental blank. I've been away all weekend working, so the brain is now having its weekend. Anyway, we're going to stamp down all our images. I decided to I was originally going to put that left-hand beach hut over on the right, but because we've got the fishing rod and it was just going to look weird. It was just going to look not quite right. So removing our mask now, and that's where the magic happens. I just love it. It's just so cool, especially when you have something that looks like just a hot mess. I did a card that used the Bird of Paradise and I can't think of the name, Mushroom House, one of the mushroom houses I think it was. And oh my goodness, with the masks still on, it just looked a mess. It just looked like a hot mess. But the magic always happens when you take the mask off and you can just see everything comes into perspective. It's just so great. We've stamped our little sentiment down. I figured I had the Misty out before I started to color. I just stamped my sentiment and we're going to heat that up. Getting into there's a lot of colouring. I did Google beach huts, and in my area we do have them. They are here, more so a little bit away from me, not exactly right up close, but like 30 minutes away from me. We do have them. They are very, very colourful, but they're one colour, and I thought that was a little bit boring. A little bit boring. So we're going to give these dudes a lot of colour. The Googled photos I found did actually have a lot more of what I'm going to do to here. So I don't know where the photo was from or anything. It's just a Google image. So that's all that we're going to go with. So we've got E57, E55 and E31 for our sand. I do love this color combination. I'm using a mixture of just straight brush strokes and then the stippling, as we can see here. So you're going to get that texture in your stand. I'm using that with quite a few of the different colors. This is where coming in, if you know my channel, I quite often am replacing I should say quite regularly, that would be better English. I'm slowly replacing my tips of some of my sketches, because it's not cheap. I'm going to say that right now. It's not cheap, but I'm keeping the brush tip, but I'm replacing the chisel tip because I very, very, very rarely use it. So I've replaced it on some of the ones, like my reds, obviously, some of my browns, ones that I use quite a lot. And as I go through, if I find that I need a finer tip, that's when I replace it. I just find it just helps me to get that finer dot, because I think I'm a little bit heavy-handed. I know I'm a little bit heavy-handed. Now this colour was going to be sort of YR09. We've got R08 and R05. It was meant to be sort of a real nice orange, and I like it, and I don't mind it there. But later on, when I have all the contrasts of the other colors and they have a much deeper gradient between the darkest and the lightest, I decided it was not going to do. It was not going to do. So I am going to go over that a little bit more. Some of this, like I think this one, I do keep it the orange. Yeah, I do keep this one the orange, but the center one I'm going to change. It's going to be a real orangey red, obviously, and then we've got a little bit more red on the other one. So I'm mixing and matching all my colors. Because, yeah, they just look like they had a lot of nice, bright variations. So this is my yellow combination. I also undone about putting a sentiment in the middle, the plaque in that center beach hut, but my sentiment that I wanted to use was a lot longer. So I thought about writing in, because a lot of people name them, they have some sort of name on them, and I thought about that, but I decided I just didn't need it. There's a lot going with the colouring and with the beach huts in this. In real life here in Australia, no, let's just go here in Melbourne, most of the beach huts are very side by side. They're not like this one where we're going to have some pushed back and some pushed forward, but I liked it. And I wanted to do it this way, so that's the way we're going to do it. It's your card. You do it the way you want to do it. It's all good. So the combination we have for our yellows were E99, not 59, E99, YR24, Y17, and do use a little bit of a Y08, but very, very little. And you can sort of see there with the yellows that we've got a lot more depth of the color. That's why the orange just ended up being alone. As I said, alone it would be fine, but it just ended up a little bit more flat. So this is my go-to of my blues. I love this color combination for my blues. I just love it. We have B99, B97, B95, and we go down to B93. I love it. I love it. So we're putting a little bit of darkness on the edge. In some ways, that's where you're going to make it look a bit more rounded. But what we're also going to do is I'm actually going to use the blue right there and just to draw in those lines. And I'm much happier with that, but I just can't leave it flat. It's got to have some sort of shadow, some sort of depth, because you're going to have projection of a shadow from the railings. It's not going to be much because they're super, super fine, but it's still there. So I can't help it. Mostly around the door trims and that sort of thing. And even I think most of the railings except the blue one here, but some of the finer ones I'm just going to go over in one color. It is way too small and way too fiddly to worry about it too much. And it is a flat object, but we want a little bit of definition in it. See the centers, the railings going down. I just went over in one smooth color. I don't really have too much to tell you today. It's slowly starting to warm up here in Melbourne after what is a horrible weekend. Well, it wasn't a horrible weekend. The weather was horrible. The weekend was nice, but the weather was horrible. So I'm going to add in the R89 to give this orange a little bit more depth. And that's the great thing. They're translucent, so they're going to layer over each other really, really well. Next is my R46, and that And then we're going to come in with our R24. If I was doing this a straight color, I'd go down to R20 or 22, probably 22 mostly. But that's just going to blend in with our orange, and I just got a little bit carried away, so we'll get rid of that with our O markers. See, they're they're nice and bright. I'm just saying, they're nice and bright. Who wouldn't want to be reminded of summer? But here in Australia, summer is coming. It is, as I said, slowly warming up, very slowly. It teases every now and then of some super nice, warm, beautiful day, and then throws in all the freezing cold all over again. But it is in the air, which then means allergy season is, of course, coming. See, this one I've gone down to the R22. My hearts in my center, I don't know what they're meant to be. I'm going to go through and colour the doors and have some of the white slats of wood. They are going to be white. Sorry about that. So we're just finishing up our reds, and you can see the difference there. I've left the orange, as I said, because there was less of it. So it didn't matter so much. The little banners, I'm going to just colour those with my blues, and then going back in, colouring my roofs. I'm just going to use two colours from the little lifesaver. And we've only really got, we've got to colour the sky, we've got to colour our white on our windows. The windows I'm going to keep, oh yeah, I forgot about the floor. The little stands. So we're going to keep that pretty straightforward and pretty simple. And this is basically the same colours. Now, I did same colours as the sand, but I decided they didn't stand up to so much, so I just went over that with the E59, so a little bit darker. So the doors and other white panels, we've got C5, C3, and we're going to go down with a little bit of C1 just to blend that all in a little bit. And the same thing pretty much for the rest of it. It's going to be all coloured in the same way, basically, with a little bit of each of the colours. This is again where I'm using, with the C5, I'm using the replaced fine tip. Because, yeah, you know, as you get older, the eyes are not what they used to. Not what they used to be. But it's a slow process because it is an investment. But I plan on using these markers for a long time, so I don't mind, you know, as I get a bit older, I don't mind having, you know, being able to still colour my markers. And if my hands get unsteady, it's my mum has a little bit of a tremor, so who knows, that I think they're a little bit genetic, but you know, who knows? So if I get that way, then I will have the finer tip that I might be able to help. It might help me. I don't know. You don't know what's going to happen in the future, but that's my plan. So we're using B3 zeros and B4 zeros for our sky. So the 3 zeros is going to be close to our huts. Now you do have to be really careful, especially around reds and blues. I didn't have a problem, but I was careful. You can very much pick up the lighter color, or the darker color, should I say, with the lighter color, which means you're going to get this smudge of red where you really don't want it. If I was smart enough, I'd probably think about doing these before do the sky in the first place, but I never do. I never do. It's terrible of me. So I'm just going to back it out. I've got a piece of black cardstock and I'm just sort of, I eyeball it. I don't measure things, not really, and I just put a little line and trim it off. This panel is clearly going to be stuck down with a bit of foam, or quite a lot of foam, because I'm an over adheser and I am proud. And then we're going to just glue this down, making sure our card base is, well, opening up the right way, because how many times have we done that around the wrong way? We don't need to show our hands. We know we've all done it. I've left quite a decent sized border around it. I just really like to have, this was a lot of card, so that's why I like to have a little bit extra border on this one. Most of the time my borders are pretty thin. You can see that with the black. We've used a little bit of Wink Costello on the, as I said, I don't know what the little heart on the door, little decoration, I don't know. A little bit of the same blue for our windows, and we're going to colour those. Well, it's not colour, we're going to put glossy accents on all of those. As I said, the decoration on the windows, on the doors, the windows, and that's our card. I hope you're well. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.